Hi, hello and welcome to this very video, my friends of the internet. I've got a new suit, a one-piece racing suit from Dainese, and I don't know if I'll get a better chance to test out this suit than to test ride this new Aprilia. This is my first test ride of the Tuareg 660. Roll the intro. Now, just a quick note, I reckon this video will not be just a review of this motorcycle. It'll probably be a little bit about the bike, of course, but more so on my take on riding on gravel with a bike that is actually capable of doing so. So I don't want to waste your time with my content, but if you decide to stay around, thank you for staying around. When you get up on the Aprilia, I've ridden it a little bit of a distance, ridden it like 16 kilometers. So the maneuvering of this bike is quite similar to any of the Aprilias, like the 660 series. It's the same engine as the Aprilia RS660 and Tuono 660, but it's been detuned to 80 horsepower, so not 100, not 95, like the RS and the 660 other 660 bikes. Now you've got modes, traction control, and everything like that. We're gonna ride in the off-road, where the rear ABS is disabled as well. So without further ado, let's start her up and listen. Quite a nice sound, I must say. The exhaust up here is giving me a little bit more sound, a little bit girth to the sound as well. I mean, it's not super loud, but I wouldn't expect it to be. I've been tipped about, this is not the hill that I was expecting to go up today, but we'll take it. No problem for the off-road monster. Now the seat height, as I said, is quite high. I am 185 centimeters tall. And I barely can reach down on either side, or on both sides simultaneously. But riding the Tuareg, it is quite, I mean, it's definitely a tall bike, and it's nothing sporty about it really, but it is quite comfortable to ride at this speed. We're riding 80, I've ridden on the highway as well. I do get a little bit of turbulence on the top of my helmet when I'm riding on the highway, mostly when the visor is open. That's when I can hear the turbulence, but right now I can't really feel it. So you're quite well protected behind the screen here. And the dashboard itself is, I do believe it's not the same as the RS and the Tuono 660, but it's definitely got some UI upgrades. Now, when sitting on this bike, you do have quite a you sit kind of very much not in the tank, but the tank is in the front here, and you sit below the tank. So it's not that that kind of supermoto feeling that you get with something like a hypermotard, I reckon. But that's not what this is. This isn't trying to be a supermoto. This is trying to be an off-road motorcycle. And it's not super heavy. I guess people would say it's heavy for being an off-road bike. It's 189 kilograms. It's what I can remember. It's not light, even for a road motorcycle. But it's not super heavy. Wow, that was just a lot of wind. Now this video isn't going to be spec heavy about this motorcycle. I don't know a lot about the off-road segment, and I don't know a lot specifically about this motorcycle except the kind of easy specs that you can read up online. What this is more my impressions testing this motorcycle coming from the RS660 and kind of a road bike perspective on off-roading, I guess. But we are going to go find some gravel roads. But first, we do have to look at all that sand. Wow! That is a lot of sand and could make for some cool photos. But I will have to fill this bike up. This is how the bike looks from the front. It's kind of weird looking, the headlight and stuff, but it's cool. Alright, let's be real adventure bros in a leather suit. Let's stand up. Definitely easy to stand up on this bike. The leather suit does not help because it is a bit small. I'm trying to use it so that it will stretch a little bit. Oh, that's not a problem for us. It says it's a lot of bumps in the road. That is no issue for us on this bike. So this is, I've got this a recommendation from the guys at Lillebror MC to go here. And supposedly it is just to follow this road and we will get some gnarly, or at least good and long gravel roads. Gravel, yes, excellent. Hello there. So the thing about me being a road biker is not that I can ride on gravel. I have ridden on gravel, but skirt. I have ridden on gravel with a CRF 250L and stuff like that, but it's not, I've never owned one of these bikes myself. And I know I should just let the bike work on its own on gravel. So what's happening here? I cannot pass this, can I? No. Yeah, so you just kind of just have to let the bike do its thing on gravel, and you can't keep it too tight of a grip. That's a huge machine. Thanks. Goodness gracious. So he's actually putting out more gravel. That's interesting. Oh, I'm not comfortable going fast on roads like this. And I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be that brave. Woo-hoo-hoo. Goodness, I spun and God, it is so frightening, but it is so much fun. Ah. Woohoo! Oh, skirt! Oh, relax, bud. Oh, I killed the bike. I should have seen that coming because I locked the rear wheel. So I mean, that makes sense. Had to clutch in to kind of get the motorcycle to grip again. And then you gotta stand up like a real adventure bro. That's when you really get the approval that you should have as an adventure bro. Now the engine on this motorcycle is stupidly smooth compared to the RS660 in the lower RPMs. Like right now I'm at maybe 3000 RPM. I could not, if I'm at 3000 RPM on my RS, it's like stuttering and it's almost like the engine isn't able to breathe. But on this it is much better. Probably because of the you don't want a bike that stalls just from going a little bit slow in the lower RPMs. And I did see the spec sheet just before we started this, and I do believe this motorcycle has a tiny wee bit more torque than the RS660, seeing that it's 80 horsepower, but it's basically the same engine. I don't know how much longer this thing goes before we hit asphalt. Never mind. This is asphalt. I think this is where we'll turn around. Let me just double check, because I want to go back and shoot some photos. This is a lot of fun. I'm hoping it just doesn't spit all of that on my backpack and on the back of my suit and stuff like that. But hey, we're adventure bros. We can't complain, can we? Would be cool to go down there, wouldn't it? Down there, maybe. I don't know. Should we? Let's do it. I mean, it's not like we've got a lot of other things to do today. Ooh, this is steep. Alright. Kind of nice here though. Yes, my question is, could I get the bike down there? And would I be able to get it up again? It is an off-road machine, isn't it? So I mean, it should handle this quite well, right? Yes. This is me doing stuff I really shouldn't be doing. Yep. Ugh. I'm not the guy to do this. Let me get it up here. Yes. We're adventuring. All right. Look at that. We did some actual adventuring. Ooh. And then back again. Yeah, come on. There we go. Whew. Okay, let's get on the tall bike. Yeah, and ride on. So this is what adventuring is like, I guess. This is very muddy. This part right here. There we go. Over this. Make sure we don't smash. Make sure we don't smash that rock. And then up here. Yep. My God. That is super fun though. It's not a lot of speed, but it's I see why adventuring and off-road riding is a lot of fun. I mean, I've had a lot of fun on this gravel road right here. And as I said in the beginning of this video, I am not your professional gravel rider. I come from a naked bike. I've owned a naked bike and now a sports bike. But I'm not a complete noob, I guess, because it doesn't scare me to ride on gravel because I've done it before and learned some techniques on how to ride on gravel, I guess. but this bike feels like a lot of fun, and the engine is just, it's so smooth compared to my RS on the low RPMs. They've really done a great job there, and I honestly wish that I could have that smoothness on the RS. But if that means that the RS has to have 80 horsepower to achieve that smoothness, I'm not sure if it's worth it. But all in all, I've been enjoying this experience while my RS 660 is at the shop to get some work done on her. And yeah, I wanted to bring you guys along, even though this isn't like a review. It is essentially my thoughts on this motorcycle, and maybe not just the motorcycle, but also gravel riding and off-roading, if we can. We did a little bit of off-roading as well, so I guess I can say that I've taken you along for that ride as well. Now, would I buy this motorcycle? I don't think so. I don't think this motorcycle is targeted at me. But I do, however, I have been getting a little bit into the scrambler segment in the recent year or so. I've been stalking some scrambler Instagram pages, and I really enjoy that look and that freedom that it brings along going on roads like this. But this bike is probably, and most definitely, better suited for that kind of job. But if you want to look cool going to the cafe as well, I guess I guess scramblers are the way to go. And I'm all about style in some sort of way. So without further ado, I'm gonna close up the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching my gravel experience. Will I be riding more gravel in the future? I don't know, but I certainly hope so. It sure is a lot of fun. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!